Let's get into it. So the first question that we've got is from Heidi. I'm just reading my notes up here. And Heidi asks, Alvin, my oral antihistamine is not working. What can I do? So yes, oral antihistamines were usually the first line of treatment for managing your hay fever symptoms. But the technology's come a long way now. So generally we recommend using a low dose corticosteroid nasal spray as first line treatment, generally along with your antihistamine tablet. So what is a low dose cortisone spray? Well, there's many of them on the market, but they work really well at reducing the swelling and inflammation in your nasal passages, and also making your nasal passages less sensitive to the pollen. And the guidelines in Australia state that you're better off using a nasal spray first line to manage your hay fever. So there are so many different nasal sprays that we can use. Come in and see one of our pharmacists or one of our wellness consultants, and they will determine the right one for you. The other really common mistake that people make when treating hay fever is not using a saline spray or a saline wash, and that's really good at rehydrating the nasal passages and flushing out the excess pollen. Typically, with if your hay fever is really bad, Heidi, for the first few days we can recommend using a preservative-free nasal decongestant, something like what we use for a cold and flu, in conjunction with a low-dose corticosteroid spray, as well as your tablet. Now, it may seem like overkill, but this is the joy of living in Melbourne with all this hay and pollen floating around the air. Quite often, a lot of our patients need to go the full route of managing their hay fever. There's some misconceptions about the word steroid and cortisone. Some people don't like that, but they're totally misfounded. They really are very safe because they're a super low dose, and you will notice some amazing relief in your symptoms. And of course, there's the whole preventative option as well, which you can take, which we can go through with you in person, but basically using stuff like vitamin C, quercetin, marshmallow in these natural ingredients, and of course probiotics. How can we forget probiotics? Particular strains of probiotics, super useful for dampening your immune response to hay fever. Cool, so hopefully that answers your question, Heidi. If you've got any more questions, come in and see us in the pharmacy, of course, or pop your questions in the comment below.